We put hot sauce up. Oh, what black hot sauce? Oh, it's cool. Where?
Okay, I'm in another class. I love you too. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's been a busy morning.
Isn't that always the way?
I know, right? Well, I guess it's not quite morning for you. It's like afternoon.
It's noon, so I'm morning behind and moving on to the afternoon.
Good deal. Good deal.
Yep.
I saw somebody had logged in and now they're not here. So let me just like send a quick little
that's fine.
something. Let's see. Invite, send email.
I'm muting me, so.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I'll be here just for another minute or so. I know sometimes people, they go to sign up and then they have all these things like how their week is going to go, and then when the day comes around they're like, I don't want to do it. I'm like that too sometimes, so it's all good. Okay. All right, well, oh, it looks like some people have entered. Admit all. Righty, good morning, good morning. Okay, so we'll begin seated. Yeah, let's begin seated. We're doing fat yoga flow. Hello, good morning, welcome. I'm gonna go ahead and mute everybody. So hi, I'm Tiffany, welcome. We are doing fat yoga flow this morning, so more like a Vinyasa style class. And our peak pose today is going to be half moon. So if you have blocks, grab your blocks. If you don't, it's not a big deal. We can do it without blocks. I'll show lots of different fun variations here. So grab a bolster, blanket, something to sit on, and have a comfy, cozy seat. And then let's begin with some breathing. So find your seat, get cozy. You can have your legs crossed like this or one leg extended. There's not like a right or wrong way to sit up. If it's really uncomfortable for you to sit up, you can always lie down or, have your legs, both legs extended. So wherever you're comfortable, do that. So once you find your spot, let's take your hands to your knees, shoulders away from ears, and close your eyes here. Take a deep inhale, and then open mouth, exhale. Let it all go. Deep inhale here. Open mouth, exhale. And then let's just give ourselves a little wiggle and kind of get out any type of tension that's in our body. We can wiggle the shoulders, we could wiggle the head, the torso, and then find some stillness. And then tuck your chin, and if you haven't already, close your eyes or have a super soft magic eye gaze. So it's like those magic eye posters from the 90s that I could never see. I think my eyes just don't want to ever relax. I think that's the problem. So either your soft gaze or closed eyes, begin to seal your lips, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. So this almost always just forces you to slow down your breath, to feel into the Ujjayi breath. So really slow it down here. Tap into the pace that you'd like to go at. Maybe you want 4 count, 5 count, 6 count. It's up to you to decide. You feel it, and then you decide that's what feels good today. And remind yourself, like, today is a different day, not the same as yesterday. So my breath might need to be a little bit different. So take some deep breaths here, tapping into that Ujjayi breath. Hello, welcome. We're just getting started and seated. So if you want to find a comfortable seated posture, go ahead and get cozy. I recommend something like a bolster or blanket. And we're just tapping into the breath. So seal your lips, breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. Let's take a couple rounds together. So take a deep inhale and then exhale. In through the nose, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Finding that Ujjayi breath. You might have done 4 and realize, I need more breath. Go for 5. Go for 6. This is your breath, your practice. Do what feels good for you. So for today, I'd love to offer the intention of, I am strong. I am strong. And for this one, I just love this one so much because strength can come from so many places. Like the first thing you think of is strong muscles, strong in the physical body. And strength can come from your mind. You can have inner strength. You want strength in some sort of your life, like you're strong in your work ethic. You can be strong in lots of different places in your life. So I am strong. Where do you want this intention to go? So take a deep inhale. I am, and exhale, strong. Inhale, I am, and exhale, strong. So where do you want this intention to go? Strength of mind. Do you want it to go into the work, just to kind of empower you to get through your week? It's hump day. I am strong in so many places in my life. So as we move through the practice, just be thinking about it. Like, where do you want this strength to go? And let's be present with it. So I am strong. So take a couple more deep Inhales and exhales here. A few more rounds of breath. Feeling into this intention. I am strong. On that next exhale, bring your right ear to right shoulder, and let's stretch out the neck. So left ear to left shoulder gets a nice stretch. Think about lifting your chest. Your shoulders might be rounded. So find that lift a little bit. You can notice how it changes your neck stretch. So lift and lower your chin. Feel into that beautiful neck stretch. You can even take your left hand off to the side, or the top of the hand meets the base of the spine. Finding that version as well. And then on that next exhale, release your hand if you went there, and bring your neck back to center. Take a deep inhale, and then exhale, allow your left ear to meet your left shoulder. Again, adjust your shoulders so that your chest is lifted. Right hand can come off to the side, or the top of the hand can meet the base of the spine, feeling into this stretch. You can lift and lower your chin, feeling into it. And then go ahead and release. Come back to center and allow your chin to drop. Find some neck circles. They can be big or small. Just go slow. So take it around at least 2 times in one direction, and then 2 times in the opposite direction. Try to go at the pace of your breath and let it just flow here. And once you've completed it, come back to center and take a deep inhale here. And an exhale. Let your head kind of get right. Inhale, both arms come up, and then exhale, we reach forward and we find a forward fold. And if you're on your back, go ahead and find seated, and we'll start stretching out everything. So take a deep inhale, lift your chest, and exhale, we fold a little bit more. Your legs can be crossed. You can have one leg out. Both of my legs are open, but my hips are feeling really tight this morning. So that's what I'm doing and listening to my body. That's what I get for running around with my kids. It's okay though. Go ahead and push your torso all the way up, and then inhale, both arms come up. And then exhale, right hand comes to the mat, left hand comes up and over, finding this side stretch here. So left hip really digs into the mat. So the tendency is to do this. So try to plant that left hip, feeling into the side stretch. So not reaching your hand, but feeling into the side stretch. And now come a little bit forward with your side stretch and feel it in your lower left side. So if you kind of come lower and you're reaching out in front, just kind of hovering your hands with your one hand. And then exhale, let's bring both hands out in front, hovering. And then the left hand meets the mat. Right hand is now hovering over to the left. Chest is down. And you're feeling it in the right side body. It's like the side of the back. And then on that next exhale, we bring our chest open and we find the side stretch. On that next exhale, we come back to center. Inhale, both arms come up. And then exhale, we find a twist. And then bring both hands down. So left hand meets the knee, right hand comes behind, looks over the right shoulder. Take a deep inhale, we lift the chest. Exhale, we twist. Inhale, we lift, and exhale, we twist. Finding some gentle movement in the spine here. And then on that next exhale, come back to center. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, twist over to the left. Both arms come down. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind. Take a deep inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, we twist. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we twist. And then on that next exhale, come back to center. Move your dog out of the way. And then bring your hands behind and then switch the direction of the legs. Inhale, both arms come up. And then exhale, we reach forward, finding a forward fold. Chin to chest here. Let it feel good. I got a little spokes model. She's not very good at demonstrating, but she's really good at just sitting there. Chin to chest, and let us just find some deep stretches. She must have got loose. Our dogs love us so much. Go ahead and push your chest all the way up, and then let's find tabletop. So move your bolster out of the way. Both hands come to the mat. Knees are in line with hips, and then shoulders in line with wrists. So take a deep inhale and lift the chest, let the belly hang. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin, tuck the torso, or tuck the pelvis. I don't know how you tuck your torso. That'd be interesting. Inhale, find your cow. Exhale, find your cat. So just cycle through a few rounds here. The pace of your own breath. And then tap back into that I am strong affirmation. I am strong. On that next exhale, come back to center. If you like to use blocks, grab a block, and we'll be doing down dog. So if you like to use blocks for your down dog, use them. If not, then hands to the mat. You could also just lean back and do this version of down dog. So if this is your down dog, then be here. Otherwise, tuck your toes, lift your hips, and find your down dog. So whatever that looks like to you. You can bend your knees, walk your dog. Take some deep breaths here. On that next exhale, begin to walk your feet into your hands. If you're on your knees, just step your feet forward and then find your forward fold. So outer edge of the mat meets the outer edge of your foot. Bend your knees, allow your belly to hang, and then straighten your legs, chin to chest, and just allow your hands to kind of drape here. You can grab opposite elbows or, just be reaching for the ground, whatever feels good. And then slowly bend your knees and roll all the way up, finding your standing posture. Whew, shake it out. High five your neighbor because woohoo, we made it to standing. Yes, we made it. Okay, so here we're in standing. Let's think about planting all four corners of the feet on the mat. Let this feel really strong. We're just gonna stand here, but it's actually a really good strong pose. So mountain pose, find it. Feet directly under hips, feel grounded. All four corners of the feet touching, toes are touching. Feeling that strong base. Bend your knees slightly, tuck your pelvis a little bit, engage your core slightly, roll your shoulders down and back, and then arms come out to the side. So here's how it looks from the front and how it looks from the side. So wherever you're at, be here, be present. Take your eyes in a super soft gaze or close them. Trust your body is going to keep you standing this whole time. It's kind of cool. We're constantly moving, and yet our body Doesn't even need to see what we're doing. We just know that we can trust our body to stay standing. Take a deep inhale and exhale. And then open your eyes and inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, we plant our hands together and come all the way back down. Inhale, we rise and find our half lift. Engage your core, relax your neck, take your booty back, and then hands can just kind of come to a soft touch to your thighs, like kind of tucked in, or they could be reaching down, shoulders away from ears. So you might be doing this, so try to go for this. Wherever you're at is good. Go ahead and exhale, we fold. And then inhale, we rise with strong back and strong arms, circle arms all the way up to the top. Press our palms together and come back to center. So that's a half sun A. So we'll do 3 in a row just to kind of get a flow going here. Inhale, circle arms all the way up to the top. Press palms together. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we rise and find our half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, circle arms all the way up to the top. Press our palms together, that's 1. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, rise, find your half lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, rise, circle arms all the way up to the top. Press palms together, that's 2. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we rise, find our half lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we rise, circle arms all the way up to the top. Press our palms together, and exhale, we fold. Inhale, we rise, find our half lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we rise, circle arms all the way up. And exhale, come back to center. I think I did 4. You're welcome. Bonus. You got a bonus. It's all good, hopefully. Okay, so that was the first part of our sun A. Let's go ahead and go into full sun A. Inhale, circle arms all the way up to the top. Press our palms together. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we rise, find our half lift. And then this time we can set our hands on the blocks or onto the mat. And exhale, we step back and we find our plank. So if you step your full, or you press your full hand into the mat, then it's easier to step back into your plank. I would say do this from your knees. You can always do plank like this, more of a tabletop, or shift your hips forward so it's more of a long line. Either way is good. Lower down an inch and push back up, and then allow your hips to come forward for upward facing dog. So let's do that one more time. So lower down, here's your chaturanga. We push back up, and then allow your hips to come forward for your upward facing dog. And then shift your hips back, sink them down, and this can be your down dog here. So let's just do this version for the first one. Take a deep inhale here. Press into the hands, really be reaching, engaging all of your arms. Let's build some strength here while you're in this pose. This shouldn't be a passive pose. And then on that next exhale, we rise up. You can walk your hands back and step up and find your halfway lift. And then exhale, we fold. Inhale, we rise, circle arms all the way up to the top. Press our palms together, and exhale, we come back to center. All right, so sun A. Here's a different version of it. We'll do the second version, and then you can kind of pick which one works best for you. Inhale, circle arms all the way to the top. Press our palms together. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we rise and find our half lift. Exhale, we plant our full hand onto the mat or to the blocks. Bend your knees enough to where it's like heels are lifted. You have no other choice but to step your feet back, finding your plank. Knees or toes here. And then on this one, you can choose to do that 1 inch and raise back up, or lower halfway or all the way down. And then inhale, we push our arms up and we find our upward facing dog. You can also just sway your hips here. And then exhale, bend our knees, shift our hips back, press fully into your hands, and then raise our knees up as we find our downward facing dog. So here in our down dog, bend your knees, swing your hips a little bit, maybe walk your dog, feel into it. And if you're on your knees for your down dog, then be there. Be present in that down dog. I am strong. I am strong. On that next exhale, begin to walk your feet into your hands and find your halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we rise, circle arms all the way up to the top. Press our palms together, and exhale, we come back to center. Take a deep inhale here, and exhale. Okay, so there's the warm-up. Inhale, we circle arms up. Exhale, we fold all the way back down. Inhale, we rise, we find our half lift. Exhale, we plant our hands, full hand onto the mat, step our feet back, and find our plank. Lower down for your chaturanga, whatever version you choose. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, option for child's pose here. You can definitely do child's pose if you need to, or downward facing dog. Whatever version you'd like. On the knees, the toes, you can bend your knees. Really press into the hands. Make those arms strong here. Feel the strength. Shoulders away from ears, relax your neck. Take some deep breaths here. On that next exhale, bring your left foot to the middle of the mat. Right foot comes up for three-legged. So if you're on your knees, it would look like this. And then go ahead and swing it through. And wherever it lands, go ahead and lower your back knee. And then move your right knee to the front. And we find crescent. So you can set your hands on the ground, tuck your back toe, lift up off that knee. And we find crescent legs. So here in crescent, feel strong. If you need to be on your back knee for a low lunge, that's totally fine. Be there. Otherwise, be here. All four corners of the foot is pushing down. You're feeling strong. Pick a spot on the wall and just stare at it. Legs are squeezing, butt is squeezing, and then you add your arms. Fingers are spread. Arms are on. Everything is turned on here. Engage your core. And then on that next exhale, we lower our hands, bring them all the way down to the mat. Set your back knee down, swing around that right foot. Find your plank, whatever version you found. Lower down and enter all the way. Inhale, we come up and we find our upward facing dog. Exhale, we come back and we find downward facing dog. Always an option to be in child's pose. Always an option. So knees can go wide, toes touch, arms extend. If you're in down dog, be in it. Feel strong in your dog. Take some deep breaths here. Relax your neck, look to the back of the mat. Take your right foot to the middle of the mat, left foot comes up. If you're on your knees, it looks like this. If you're on your toes, it looks like this. Then go ahead and bend your knee, swing your leg through, set your back knee down, left foot moves to the front, and we find crescent on this side now. Feel strong in this crescent. Whole foot is on the mat, it has you. Bend your front knee, both hips facing forward. Squeeze your thighs, grip it, everything. Engage your core and add your arms. I am strong. Spread your fingers and like biceps, triceps, forearms, everything is on in your arms. You've got this. You can also drop down to your knee. Both are good. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, lower your hands all the way to the mat. Set your back knee down. Swing around your left leg and find your plank. Lower down for chaturanga. Inhale, we upward facing dog. Exhale, let's just do child's pose on this one. Knees wide, toes touch, arms extend. Whew. We're building up to half moon. So let's feel strong here. Take some deep breaths. Tap into it. I am strong. On this next exhale, Press into your hands, tuck your toes, and find your downward facing dog, whatever that looks like. Take your left foot to the middle of the mat, right foot comes up, find your three-legged, bend your knee, shift your weight forward, set your front foot down. Now take your right foot to the front, and then lift up off your back foot, and find your crescent lunge again. We know how to do this one, we just did it, and you all killed it. So find it again, feel the strength, add your arms, squeeze all those muscles together, high and strong. Bring your hands to your hips, and then on this next one, this back foot comes down and we find our warrior two. So here's the sass. You take this left hip, sass, take the sass out of it so both hips are level, get yourself going, and then press into your feet. Just notice how your toes just love to lift up here. And then lean into the lunge. Grip all your muscles together, squeeze your core, squeeze your butt, add your arms, and then take a deep inhale. And then on that exhale, round your hands, circle them all the way down, set your back knee down, then right leg swings around, find your plank, lower down an inch or all the way, inhale, we go up for upward facing dog, and then downward facing dog. Option to stay on your knees for down dog, just engage your arms. Or you could even do child's pose. So just take a couple of deep breaths, tap back into the breath, feel into your downward facing dog. And then go ahead and come up and find your left foot to the middle of the mat, right foot comes up. Go ahead and swing it through. And this time, we keep the knee down. Right foot moves to the front. And let's open up our hips. So we find this version of warrior two. So it's like our hip is open over here, okay? And then if you have a block or something and you want to use it over here, then that's optional. But you can also just bring your hand to the mat. So hand will come to this mat, and then we can begin to lift this leg up. So opening up the chest, it's like you can start in warrior two, and then come down and find this version of like your half moon. So lifting up the chest, opening up the hips, and just breathing here. So really notice how your hips are stacked and how you feel in it. Feel strong, engage your core, squeeze your bum, leg is lifted. Your leg might even be down, which is totally fine. So it's kind of like a half plank or side plank. And then go ahead and bend your knee, lift back up, and then circle your arms to the front of the mat. And then swing around the right leg. Find your plank, lower down in your chaturanga. Inhale, we come up for upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Whatever version you'd like here. All the versions are good. Bring your right foot to the middle of the mat, left foot comes up this time, and swing through. Set your back knee down. Front foot moves to the front. And I'll just kind of flip around so you can see this version. So you start off in your warrior two, and then you tilt your torso so your right hand comes to the mat or to the block, and then lift your back leg. Then you find your half moon this way. Flex your foot, engage your core. This is perfect. You can be here. You can also lower your leg. You can also lower your hand and just be here. So wherever you're at, just be present. And then go ahead and come back up. Find your warrior two. Circle your arms all the way back down. Find your vinyasa. So lower down for chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. This is the last one. Make it count. This is your down dog for the magazine. We're gonna use this on the magazine cover. Make it really good. You're warmed up. Bend your knees, stick your booty out. You got this. Relax your neck, shoulders away from ears. Press your full hands into the mat. Okay, we got the picture. Awesome. Begin to walk your feet all the way to the front of the mat. Find your halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we rise, circle arms all the way up to the top. Press our palms together, and exhale, come back to center. Woo! All right. So lots of fun choices here for your half moon. So for this one, let's go ahead and take your, let's see. Let's find our warrior two standing. So right foot to the front of the mat, left foot back, and then set a block like kind of catty corner to this right foot to where like your hand would be. So we'll be going into half moon standing. If you find when you're in a standing half moon, it's just not feeling good, you can always drop back down to your knees. So let's find our warrior two. Feel strong in your warrior two. And then straighten your leg. You can just kind of step your back foot forward and then begin to lean forward for the block. Reach, reach, reach. And then this left leg begins to rise. Maybe it stays down. Maybe it stays open. Try to open this hip up so your hips are stacked. Hands might come to your hip. And just lean into the block. Trust it. If you have no block, you can also just take your hand to the mat. But just keep in mind, it's much harder to open your hips without the block. So if your hand is on the mat, you have to work that much harder to open up your hips. So just work at it, feel into it. And then when you're ready, go ahead and step your foot down, find your warrior two, and then swing that left foot to meet the right and shake it out. All right, so warrior two, other side. Grab your block. You can stay on that side of your mat if you want. I'll do it on this side just so you have a front view. So warrior two, this side. So set up your legs for warrior two. Find your lunge. So back foot parallel to the short edge, front foot parallel to the long edge. Hips are open here. And then bend this left knee. And then find your warrior two. And then just begin to just hop this back leg forward and tilt your torso to find your block or the mat. And then find your balance first. Just lean all your weight into your left leg. Find your balance. Then open up your hips. And then raise your leg. So go slow here. Feel into it. So when you set yourself up, try to just balance onto one leg. Find a spot on the floor, balance on one leg, reach for the floor, begin to rise, open up your hips, and find whatever version you'd like. And then go ahead and come out of it and shake it out. All right, so there's two versions there. There's so many different ways to get into half moon, but here's your opportunity to kind of explore a little bit. Come over, bring your block over here if you're using a block. Plant your right leg and just kind of have both legs open. You could even come at it where your hips are facing forward. So it's like you're reaching forward and you just kind of took a step and your right hand is on the ground like this or on the block. So wherever you're at, I'll do it from the ground. Just lift up this back foot. Like this might be your half moon. You can also come back down to your knees. So try the different ways and figure out like what does your body need? Maybe both hands need to be on the ground. Lift up that back leg, open up the hips. Notice how we can stack those hips open to get it to that parallel. And then begin to, my earbud's about to fall out. Lift up that arm. Let's try it on the other side. So if we are starting with both hips facing forward, there's that extra move to open the hips, but you might find more stability with both hands on the ground. So if you start both hands on the ground and you're just balancing, almost like a half split, right? And then you slowly begin to open the hips. Both hands are on the ground. This might be it. This might be your half moon. And you can just be there. You're working hard. Your legs are working hard. When you're ready, go ahead and come out of it. Shake it off. Okay. 1 minute each side, yogi playtime. I gave you a few options. If it felt the best on your knees, go there. Be on your knees. If you were flopping, but you were loving it, go for it. Go for your half moon on your feet. Wherever you're at, go for it. You could also just be like, oh, I know how to do half moon so easily. Boom, and go right into it. However you want to do it is up to you. You might just want to balance on one leg, right? That's what essentially half moon is. So balancing on one leg, you want to get that balance down. So this is 1 minute of yogi playtime on the right. So you might want to just lift your back leg, kind of find some fun balance. Either way, you're working hard. Maybe you're coming from this angle and opening up the hips. Both are good. Take some deep breaths. You got like 3 more deep breaths here. So wherever you're at, be strong. I'm strong. I'm strong. On that next exhale, go ahead and release. Good job. Excellent job. High five your neighbors. We did one side. Yes. Last side. You're like, thank God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, baby Jesus. Okay. Block on this side. Go ahead and set yourself up. So however you want to do it, 1 leg at a time. I mean, hopefully it's 1 leg, right? So maybe it's just lifting your leg. So your leg is just kind of lifting up as you hover. You're kind of finding your balance in the half moon. Maybe you point your toe and you reach. You could also do that. You might just want to bend your knee a lot and just kind of feel into it. You might be on your knees. Like wherever you're at is good. Be there. Breathe. You're working hard. This is a mental thing. It's crazy how like balancing just calms the nervous system down. It forces everything to focus. Your core is working, your legs, your shoulders, your chest. Everything is working here. Be present. 3 more breaths. Go into it 1 more time if you can. Find that edge, find that balance. And then on that next exhale, come out of it, shake it out. Whew. It's awesome. Go ahead and grab your bolster and let's sit down. You're like, oh my gosh, we get to sit, finally. And high five your neighbor on the way down. Yes, 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 good job, good job, good job, good job. We all work so hard. We're dripping sweat. Feels good to sweat though, right? It's a cleansing of the system. All right, so let's just extend both legs out in front. We worked our legs hard today. They deserve some extra love. So inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, reach forward. Let this be passive, shoulders round, chin to chest. Let this feel really good. You could grab your ankles and pull your chest down, or you could just let your hands just kind of flop into the floor. Wow, it's so good. I think Half Moon might be one of my favorites, although I love Warrior 3 too. It's been a while since I've done Half Moon. So you're welcome. You got to do half moon with me today. Go ahead and lift your chest all the way up, and then let's bring one leg in and find seated tree. So bring it to the calf or to the thigh. Take a little semi-turn to the left, and then you're directly over this left leg. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, we fold forward. We reach for our toes, but maybe we land for our shin or our ankles, which is awesome. And then we take a deep inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, we fold even deeper. And just feel into that stretch. And then on that next exhale, we rise all the way back up. And then switch sides. So right leg extends, left leg comes in. So the sole of the foot touches the calf or the thigh. The knees open up to the side. We find this little half turn. And then come back to center. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, we reach. Maybe we land on our toes or ankles or shin. What I think is hilarious is as I'm like teaching, my Apple Watch still reminds me to breathe. And it's like, dude, I'm a yoga teacher. Like, back off. It always does it like during my class too. Or it'll say something like, it's time to get moving. And I'm like, damn it. Aren't I moving enough for you, watch? I don't think I am. Like, I don't think my watch appreciates my yoga moves. That's okay. I'll just be over here practicing yoga. Nobody accepts this as exercise. I'm just kidding. I think it's because like sometimes my heart rate doesn't reach the level it wants it to or something. Whatever. All exercise is good. We need to teach the Apple Watch that. On that next exhale, come back up and then bring both feet in, find your butterfly. And if your knees are up like this, bring your feet out. And I like to do feet out even when my knees are open. I feel like it brings the stretch into a different area. So try it, see how you like it. And just inhale, reach your arms up, and then exhale, reach forward, and just bring your hands to the floor. See how that feels in your hips. It should feel a little bit different than normal. Like, ooh, you're getting into them different places of the stretching. If it feels not good, you can always back off and go into the traditional route. But if it feels good, then lean into it. And just feel into your stretch. And then on that next exhale, let's come all the way up and find our backs. So move everything out of the way. Come onto your back. Bend your knees, feet flat on the floor. And just allow your knees to kind of move side to side, finding a little twisty action here. And then take your feet wider than the mat. So it's like your feet are right on the outside of the mat, and then allow your knees to just kind of knock into each other. This is such a great hip stretch. It's a great way to end the practice. If you'd prefer to do something like happy baby, wheel, or some other version of like an ending, like some way that you like to seal in the practice, then go for it. This would be your time. So we'll be here for like another 30 seconds at least. You might just be in this version of like Broken Warrior where it's just like, I'm just gonna let my hips do their thing. I worked hard today. They deserve a break. I'm just gonna do my thing. And that's good too. And then on that next exhale, go ahead and come out of wherever you're at. You can also stay into the Broken Warrior if you'd like. But let's find our final resting posture. So Shavasana. What would be the best for you? Legs extended, legs bent, or knees bent? Would it be soles of the feet touch and your reclined butterfly, arms up, arms down? Maybe you need a blanket or a bolster or something to like make yourself feel amazing. But find that pose that makes you feel like a rock star. Like, I am in Shavasana. Like you're on the cover of Shavasana magazine. Like you know how to do it best, especially for yourself, which is the most important person here, obviously. So take a deep inhale once you find it. Open mouth, exhale. Let it go. Deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Let's just say I am strong a couple more times in our mind. I am strong, I am strong. Let your body sink here. Feel into the mat. Everything is just relaxing. Fingers, toes, shoulders, jaw, forehead, all these fun places. And then begin to clear your mind. Your eyes are closed or have that soft gaze. Clear your mind. If you need a focus, imagine a favorite color and it's a shape that's just kind of morphing. So as you breathe, it turns into a triangle. As you breathe, it turns into a circle. And then if things come up, just label it later, like you're going to get to it, just not right now. This is your time to seal in your practice. So we'll take the next few minutes in silence for your Shavasana. Tap back into the breath. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Wiggle fingers and toes. Circle out wrists and ankles. Take both arms overhead for a full body stretch. Let it feel sweet. And then roll over onto one side and push yourself up when you're ready and find a comfortable seated posture. Bring your hands to your heart center. Tuck your chin and close your eyes. Thank yourself for showing up today and for being present and for finding your strength. Awesome, awesome job. Bring your thumbs to your third eye. The divine light inside of me honors the divine light inside of each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me this morning. That was so much fun. Hopefully you enjoyed it too. I'll see you guys next time. I think I have a class at 3 o'clock, a 30-minute that's super chill. So if you want to do a twofer for the day. You can join me on that. Bye.